On this DeBacco University video, I'm going to go over Cannabis Social Equity Council, at least that was established in Connecticut, July 2021. Even if you're not from Connecticut, this can help provide some great information, as this is something other states might be considering. All right, so let's get into Cannabis Social Equity Council that was established in Connecticut in July 2021. If you're looking for more information on this, this is the actual link provided right here. And all this information presented is based on cannabis information provided by the State of Connecticut from July 1st to July 28th, 2021, just a couple days before the recording of this video, in an effort to give everyone the most up-to-date and current information. Now, while this does only apply to Connecticut and is subject to change, you should be sure to check your current and local regulations. This is only intended to be used as a point-in-time general example. So questions that are often asked regarding cannabis in this particular topic is which neighborhoods were most impacted by the war on drugs determined, because that is part of the establishment of this council. And the law looks at past drug convictions and current unemployment rates to determine which areas were disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs, called disproportionately impacted areas, or DIAs. The law requires Social Equity Council to release the final list of qualifying census tracts. So this is kind of the way you're going to go about approaching this, to try to find areas that were regions of the state that were disproportionately impacted and try to help them with positive actions within this act. So how will the Social Equity Council hold itself accountable to promoting equity? And here we have blaming someone else's line and then taking accountability. How are they going to assume accountability? The council will oversee a third-party study to provide detailed findings on, or including, the historical and present-day consensus of cannabis prohibition, criminalization, as well as stigmatization, as well as the consequences of racial discrimination in cannabis prohibition. They will then make recommendations regarding the creation of programs to ensure that individuals from communities that have been disproportionately harmed by cannabis prohibition and enforcement are provided equal access to licenses for cannabis establishments. Don't want this disproportionateness to kind of continue and be perpetuated. This is a way we can mitigate some of that. Specifying additional qualifications for social equity applicants as well, and providing expedited or priority license processing for social equity applicants. These are ways going to kind of help promote that equality. How will the law promote this social equality then, other than just what was stated here? Well, the law takes a comprehensive approach to promoting social equality, focused on those neighborhoods most impacted by the war on drugs. It provides for expungement of past cannabis-related crimes and reserves half of all cannabis business licenses for people from impacted neighborhoods. So that's going to help kind of promote this equality amongst different areas. In addition, more than half of the revenue from cannabis sales will be dedicated to new equity fund, which will be invested in those neighborhoods. So it's going to kind of help kind of feed into those neighborhoods, kind of help kind of get that kind of balancing act that is right now a little skewed. So what is the Social Equality Council? Well, it's a new council that will oversee the verification of equity applicants, creating new programs to support cannabis businesses and businesses in other industries, and manage the more general community investments derived from the cannabis tax revenue. And again, this is all part of what took the time to get Connecticut's Recreational Act together, because there was a lot of this which had never really been done before, implemented and incorporated into the law. So lastly, when will retail sales begin? When will kind of things go through? Now, while it is currently 2021, sales should begin in late 2022, which might be further off than most people would like. First, the state needs to form new social equity council. We'll have to set guidelines for adhering to social equity provisions. The state will also need to hire new staff, issue new regulations, and oversee the application, licensing, processing for new cannabis businesses. All of this simply just takes time. Further, those businesses need time themselves to secure funding, physical locations, local zoning approval, as other elements needed to start a new business in a highly regulated market. The supply chain must also be entirely licensed before sales can begin, and this includes the stores, very important testing labs, and growers, and there must be enough growing capacity to supply the retail market. The governor has directed each state agency to work to implement the law quickly while also implementing it responsibly. So again, there's a lot that's going on here, a lot that's in the works. So again, sales a little later than most people thought, but I think with all of these things in place, it will be good in the long run, and hopefully sales can meet that target there of late 2021.